Hello all, my name is Chef Jasjit, and I am going to be doing workshop on plant-based Indian recipes which are also immunity building. But first of all, I would like to say thank you to Saffron Hub to give me this opportunity to be with you all and share my passion of cooking that I have been doing almost now 18 years. I am a culinary instructor. I have taught several students, but I always love my audience, and I'm pretty sure we'll make a good team together. So to start off my series of this workshop, I am going to be starting off with a recipe called kada. Kada is a concoction of a drink that is immunity building drink. It is immunity strengthening. How this recipe came up actually was it's actually grandmas and moms. When I remember growing up, we used to get cold, cough, fever, or even if there was just a sign that I'm going to have or someone else is going to be feeling sick at home, this was something, kada was something that was given to us. Half a cup in the morning, half a cup at the night, depending on how severe the cold cough is. So I thought this is perfect time to share a recipe which is going to boost your immunity. Immunity is actually just the first line of defense in a human body, and we want to make sure that your immunity is stronger. Same as with mine. I drink this every day, and I thought it will be just awesome to share all the wonderful spices and herbs that you have in your pantry. You can actually make a use of it. We are not using any outside different ingredients. Everything is there in your pantry with basis on the spices that I'm going to be using in my kada. So kada is going to be with water. So we are going to start here where I'm just using my cup that I'm going to be drinking my kada out of. So I am going to add 2 cups. So basically what I'm trying to do here, I'm going to add double water, and once that water boils, the water boils with all the spices, and it has to be only left of half of what we added. So basically I should be left with 1 cup of water after I'm done boiling process. So that is the main part. So if you have more family members, you want to make with 4 cups of water, just make sure 2 cups of water is left after you are done. So I'm going to start here. Give me 1 second, let's get this going. And over here it looks like lots and lots of spices, but trust me, when you start adding, because each spice has actually a health benefit, and it is a natural way. Again, it's good for lungs. It opens up the passages of nasals as well if you keep having these spices on a regular basis. I even make my spice tea in the morning with these spices. So to start off, I'm gonna show you over here. I have, so moment you add water, you're going to start adding the spices to it. So we add a little bit of fennel, we add some cloves, and I have some green cardamom that I'm going to actually just put it in my mortar and pestle and just kind of crush it, because the whole flavor of cardamom is in its seeds. So we want to make sure we get the seeds out, so it gives a good flavor to my kada. Now cardamom is also a natural sweetener as well, so it will add the natural sweetness to our kada. And then we will add cinnamon. Now cinnamon, again, you all know, probably it's been used for so many different treatments, and also it's good for diabetic patients as well. So that is something you can always add in your cooking. You can add in the kada, and that is going to be fine. Now again, the next ingredient I'm going to be adding this spice is turmeric. Turmeric is antiseptic, antibacterial, so this is again really good for infections, anything that comes up. So we are going to add just touch of it, just like a quarter teaspoon if you're just making like for 4 cups, and a little bit of pepper, black pepper that I have already crushed, so I'm going to add that in. In the herbs, I'm just adding some mint leaves. If you can get hands on basil leaves, that would be great. The Indian name for basil, what we use is tulsi. So if you have those, make sure you add that to your kara. And here I have some ginger which I'm adding. This is actually ginger peel. So what I do is, when I make my curries, I save the ginger peel and then I dry it and I keep using it in my kara, in my chai tea. And it's, again, we are not wasting anything in the kitchen, and that is the main thing. That's what I learned from my grandma, not to waste anything in kitchen. So that's what I follow. Also, I have some carom seeds that I'm adding now. Carom seeds is again very digestive. It helps for digestion, so that is added. Also cumin seeds, again cumin water helps in lots of ailments, so if you can make sure you can have some cumin water just on its own, that would be perfect too. Every day you can change it. Actually, you don't have to have the same kara with the similar ingredients. You can always change whatever you like. Sometimes you like a flavor of cinnamon better than carom seed, so just go ahead and add more cinnamon to it, right? So basically it is just the way of what you like, that is what goes. And then also it should be from the ingredients that I'm using, right? So now also I'm just for sweetness of it, because sometimes if you're giving these to kids or to elders, and they might not like the taste of it without the sugar stuff, but we don't want to add the white sugar. White sugar is almost a destroyer. We don't want that, right? So we are looking here to add jaggery. So jaggery is another pure form of sugar, cane sugar. It is actually good for immunity boosting, so that is what I'm going to add. Now I like this jaggery part in it, so I'm going to add a little bit more, but you can add it according to your taste. And you can see now how actually I can just smell this and I can just feel better just by smelling. So I really wish you could smell this right now, but I know when you will make this, you will exactly know what I mean by that, how brilliant it is. Okay, so still we need this to come to half of the quantity that I started off. So I'm going to continue, let it simmer. Now you can let it simmer, cover it, let it simmer. That also brings out good infusion of flavors of the spices that you add. So that is how you'll cover it and you'll do it. But because my heat, I'm already doing it on a high heat, so I don't need to do that step. So I'm just going to stay with you here while we wait on this. But while we are waiting, I'm also going to talk about garlic. Now garlic, if you really, I think we all use it in our cooking, right? So that is also, again, just like ginger, garlic is also a very good immunity booster. Again, plant-based. All you can do is either you can have you can chop up some garlic, and after your meal you can just kind of have it with water, or you can use it in cooking as well. Maybe if that is the only way you can eat garlic. Some people like eating raw garlic, so that is okay, but that is how you will have garlic adding to your immunity boosting strength. So over here it is done. This is like a magic stove I have, so it kind of already did my 1 cup reduction here. So I will show you the color. You can actually see once it stops to boil, we will be able to see the color as well of this, and see how nice and beautiful color it is actually of kara. So let me put this in here and I'll show you how this will look after it is finished. And then you can enjoy half a cup or 1 cup That is just entirely up to you. I would start with half a cup and then I would kind of increase if I really need to. But I just wanted to fill up this whole cup, and show you that this is how your Karda is going to be. And I hope you all will enjoy, and you're going to feel much better immunity booster Karda. Okay, so now my next recipe that we are going to do after Kara, it is actually made out of lotus seeds. Now, lotus seeds, also known as, the Indian name for this is makhana, also known as fool makhana, because it's actually the flower of lotus, and that is a plant-based, a very healthy option. It is high in protein, it is low in fat, and it makes a perfect snack for every day. Or we can actually make curries out of it. You can mix it with vegetables and have lotus seeds in that way. Also, we can actually make a savory snack option for evening, or if you have, you want to keep it as your appetizer, that is one option. But I have been enjoying these lotus seeds just on its own. I will show you how we are going to do it, because there are two ways I'm going to show you. First is how to just eat it as a snack, like a low-fat popcorn, basically you can call it. We can have it every day. You can sprinkle some Himalayan salt to it, or even eat it unsalted, and that is okay. It is actually so good in health. It actually enhances digestion. So basically, if you even take handful of nuts, lotus seeds every day, that is going to be just a good added healthy option for you. So let me start now with this. And as we go, I will show you my recipe for the savory snack that I'm thinking that you can actually try making, and it will be actually so good for summer, like spring, summertime. You can always serve to your guests, and it'll be amazing. So let's start. I have some lotus seeds here, and just they're very pretty to look at as well. Like, it's not just for eating, it's also pretty for looking at them. I am adding coconut oil in it. Since I'm doing the plant-based recipes, I would like to just use my regular oils. But traditional way actually of making lotus seeds like this as a snack is also with ghee, which is clarified butter, but it's not the vegan or plant-based, so that's why I'm not using it. I'm just going to use coconut oil. Coconut oil is another healthy oils that should be added to the diets. So we're going to start, and it's going to start to almost pop as well. And as soon as it changes the color from whitish to little bit of brown, then we know our lotus seeds are ready. And also they will actually become very crunchy as well. Like, you will hear a crunch. Right now I can't, like, it takes me some time to do it, but in case once it's ready, then you will just pop up, it will pop up. So that's how we just do this. And I have been eating this for so many days actually now, in a repetitive way of having, like, it also helps in diabetes as well. So it promotes good sleep. If anyone ever has any trouble sleeping, you can always introduce these lotus seeds to your diets. And you can start to see it's just popping now, and it is ready. Okay, so I'm just going to, you can see the nice color of it. I am doing it on high heat, and that's why it's getting done so quicker way. But when you will do this at home, you can always put it on a low flame and start doing it. So I'm just going to add now. So this is just a salad bowl, and in my salad bowl now I'm going to add this is now a savory snack for lotus seeds. So I'm going to add some onions to it, tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, but you will always do this when you are ready to serve this. Don't make this ahead of time, because if you do, then it's going to become soggy. We don't want that. So some green chilies, if you like heat in your food, you can add some green chilies to it. I like a little bit spicy, that's why I always add it. And then I'm adding a little bit of cilantro, and very special spice for chaats or for the snacks is chaat masala. So I am just adding some chaat masala, which will give the flavor of salt as well as the spices. And the main spice actually in chaat masala is mango powder as well, so that just gives a tangy flavor to it. And then also a little bit of lemon juice, and then just as we add this, I am just going to add my this is tamarind chutney. Now again, this is your choice if you really I love tamarind chutney in this, so I'm just going to add it, but it's optional. And also some mint chutney can go in, and just toss it well. Now also, just to boost immunity and more into the lotus seeds, you can also use turmeric as well. So make sure if you can just add, when you are cooking lotus seeds, frying them, just add a pinch of turmeric to it to add the goodness of turmeric to it. So right now it's ready. You can see how beautiful the color is. This is actually my everyday snack now. I just want to always go into that, okay, I'm just going to have lotus seeds in the evening for with my chai tea. And here is some pomegranate as well that I added. And now I'm going to show you the traditional way of serving. When in India I was growing up, and we used to go to markets or the street vendors. It was always served in the way of cone, and I used to just enjoy it, just holding the cone and eating and talking to my friends. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it the traditional way, but you don't have to. You can always just serve it as a salad and a plate, and that will work as well. So just as I do it, and then just to top it up, I'm just going to add a little bit of more pomegranate, because it's nice pearls, right? The red pearls that goes on the top just makes it looks more pretty. So once that is done, I will show you. So this is basically how you will hold it, and your makhana bhel savory snack is ready to be served. Okay, so I hope everyone will enjoy this. Make sure you make this part of your regular snack. As I said, it will enhance. It's actually good for heart health as well, because it has a lot of magnesium in it. And you can read more about it, do more research on it, but make this as your regular snack, and I'm sure you will love it. Okay, so now my next dish that I will be preparing is going to be our main meal of the day, and you must have heard about it, palak paneer, right? That is the normal what you would see in the restaurants, but when we are going here with the vegan plant-based style of our diets, we are going to use actually tofu in our palak dish. So palak is spinach, and then I am using tofu that will be added as the substitute for the paneer. Now tofu is high in protein as well. So what I did was these are some pointers, so make sure you always keep in mind, have tofu which is extra firm, and then pat it dry with paper towel, and then I just fry it with a little bit of coconut oil, so that I just get nice brown color on the top. And then this way also, when they are cooked like this, it won't crumble when it goes in your spinach dish. So now this is again dark leafy vegetables have to be added to our meals, and that is what, and spinach is available all year around, so you can eat it raw, you can eat it in like you can add it to your smoothies, you can saute it a little bit, eat it with your morning breakfast. It can be incorporated in several ways, but our, like, my Indian favorite dish is spinach tofu that I'm going to share with you today. So let's start with that dish. And over here I will go through the steps that I have actually created. Some steps I had to get it done ahead of time because caramelization of onions does take some time, so I just did that ahead of time. I will show you once I start adding my stuff. So here is all the ingredients that we're going to be using. So I'm using coconut oil to start off. And in spices, I will start with a little bit of cumin seeds as I add coconut oil to this. Now again, we all know spinach has a lot of good antioxidants in it, so, and it also helps to fight infections as well, because it's going to be combination of different spices that are going to be adding in a later part of the dish. So once we add our cumin seeds, I am going to add garlic and ginger. Now this is fresh garlic and ginger paste that I just did in food processor, and trust me, my best friend for this recipe was food processor because I could do so many things in it at one go. And you will see when I use my spinach, and I'll tell you, because I did everything in the food processor. But yes, if my mom was listening to this, or grandma, she would be kind of telling me that they used to do everything with their hands, and now we have that option, so why not use it, right? Because we have to, because of the time, and with elaborate dishes like these, you always want to make sure you have some break in between where you can just make things quickly, still enjoy the flavors and make it quicker as well, be it for weekday meals or be it for your weekend meal. So I add garlic and ginger first. Now whatever you add in your curry is the first flavor you're gonna get. So you are going to get, first flavor that's gonna come to the mouth is going to be garlic, ginger and cumin seeds. And now after this, I'm adding my onions, which I was saying that I did ahead of time. So these are the caramelized onions that I added. Again, you can do this step ahead of time because that is how I do this at home. I would always make, like, I'll take 10 onions and I'll just, puree it in a food processor and make my tadka. Basically, this is called tadka. When we caramelize, the caramelizing of onion step is tadka. I'm just adding a little bit of water. Now this water is also, when I boiled my spinach, I saved this water. So try to save some water because it has all the nutrients in it. So let's not waste it. Trust me, it smells really, really good. Now once this is done, I'm going to add my puree of tomatoes. Again, you can use fresh tomatoes or you can just use canned crushed tomatoes. That is fine. Now I have tried to limit sodium in my diet, and when I'm following this plant-based vegan recipes, I try not to add extra salt or even a little bit of salt. But again, it's optional. You would like to add salt, go ahead, add it. I would omit adding salt, but I will show you rest of my spices that goes in there. So it is turmeric, red chili powder, just for adding a little bit of heat in it, and then also garam masala. Now garam masala is the key spice. It is the spice that actually I would make my own garam masala, and if you go to any other household Indian family you meet, you will always see their recipe to be different recipe of garam masala. Now, mind you, garam masala is also a very good immunity booster as well. And I will be sharing more recipes, and I will share my garam masala recipe with you, which I make at home with different spices. So just see how this is all coming along as I'm adding. I just need a little bit of oil separation in the pan, and how you would see that oil is separating, you can actually see the side of the pans right now, right? Like just see the side of the pan, it is bubbling. That side is oil, so it means now it is ready for me to add my spinach in it. So when I was saying my food processor was my best friend today, so this is what I did. So I boiled the spinach for a few minutes, and then I puree in food processor, and that is how my spinach looks when it's boiled. So I'm just going to add that in, and once our spinach goes in, now to retain the color as well, and then also to add some creaminess to this dish along with tofu. The normal, when we are making the regular palak paneer dish, then we add some cream to it or yogurt to it. You can add coconut cream to it. So I'm going to show you that as well in a minute once my spinach cooks a little bit. So at this point you can quickly cover it and then leave it for some time on a low heat, low simmering heat, so that the spinach can be fully cooked. It's already cooked, it needs to know my spices now, right? Whatever I added, it needs to just make sure that it's aware of all the flavors that are going to be infused in it. So here you go, we add our tofu, which looks really, really good. Now this is one way, as I said, this palak tofu dish is vegan dish, and I really wanted to share this with you. But you know what, go ahead. Some days if you're just in a mood for a quick dish, just have palak, just saute spinach and fry the tofu with little bit of spices. Just mix match the spices, even just garam masala, a little bit of oil, garlic, ginger, and you can have a very nice snack dish as well added to your profile when you're doing this spinach tofu. So now that's the best part. I just love this coconut cream, so I'm just adding that in. And this is the last part where you will finish your dish with coconut cream. Now I'm just showing you in the time frame that I have, but see the nice beautiful color spinach is going to have now with the creamed look of the coconut cream. And just to finish off the dish, this is how it looks. As I said, salt you can add according to your taste, but this is how your spinach tofu dish should be looking like when it's done. And you can serve this with rice, you can serve it with quinoa. I have some quinoa here, which you can again boil it with 2 cups of water, 1 cup of quinoa. Just plain simple, just make that and serve it with the spinach tofu dish. I hope everyone enjoyed my plant-based session that I did on Indian recipes with you today. My first dish that I did was actually the concoction drink kada. Then I shared with you lotus seeds, how to incorporate lotus seed as snack, and then also make a savory chaat that you can enjoy with the chutneys, with pomegranate, with onions, tomatoes, green chilies and chaat masala. And then we did our main dish, which was palak tofu, purely vegan dish that we have created. And do try these recipes at home, because as you will make these recipes, you will get more comfortable with the flavors, with the spices, and I will see you again on May 23rd with my another session on plant-based Indian recipes. And I would like to say thank you once again to Saffron Hub to give me this opportunity. I will see you soon.